Why, that's very good. Yes, I like that.
Dispatch. Ever since this game came out, I know I and many other people have been completely obsessed with this game and the world and the characters. Like, I don't know, I just really love this game, man. I've beat it twice so far. Gonna go for a third, gotta get that platinum.
This is where I'd put a trophy. If I had one!
But you know, when you have such a great story and just such awesome characters, the first question obviously is, who's the most smashable? And I guess where's Season 2, William? But to tide us over until Season 2, hopefully, I present the definitive RaboTron approved Dispatch Smasher Pass. If my voice sounds a bit weird, I am currently sick right now, but you know what we do? We improvise, we adapt, and we smasher pass. I'm also just realizing that this is probably gonna be my first long-form video of 2026, so you know, we're starting off the new year a little bit freaky. But without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Now, starting off with the tutorial characters, we have Brickhouse. Now, let me get this straight. Everyone in this game is attractive, but the thing that the tutorial characters suffer from is that, you know, we don't see all that much of them and we don't get much of their personality. And, you know, same goes with Brickhouse. Like, all I know is she's like buff, green, female Shrek. So, that Brickhouse is gonna have to be the first pass. Next up, we have Sweet Talker. Now, I mean, it's in the name, Sweet Talker. He could probably whisper some sweet nothings to you if you smash, if you're into that. There's just one glaring issue, that being he's a dinosaur, and you know, that's a pretty big issue in my book, so pass. Pom Pom. I mean, you don't really see much. I didn't use her much in the tutorial. I don't really. Same thing with Brickhouse, you know, you don't really get any of their personality. They're more just, you know, there to teach you the game. So Pom Pom is gonna have to be another pass. Now we have Equilibrium. I mean, she's literally just like, she's just shapes. I mean, I don't know if anyone's into that. Like, I won't judge you too much if you are, but you know, yeah, she's just a bunch of cubes to me. I mean, technically all these characters are just pixels, but you know, she's more so pixels to me. I mean, not only that, I don't want to assume anything, but based on her voice, she's a filthy, no good clanker. Pass. Brain Book. You know, we don't see all that much of them in any of their personality and smash. Now we have Lana from the mailroom. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I just included her so I could title this the complete Dispatch Smasher Pass, since they do say her name in the game. That's the only reason she's included. So yeah, saying that, she is gonna be a pass. Toxic. I mean, my man just has it just all hanging out for the world to see. And like they say in the game, the name Toxic works on so many levels for him. Not only physically, but also his personality, which, I mean, makes it an easy pass. The physical part of the name also makes it another easy pass, seeing as if you smash him in his toxic form, you'd probably die. So, honestly, Toxic is probably the easiest pass on this whole list. Thumbstick. I mean, there's not much to say about him. I mean, like 2 seconds of screen time, caught with his pants down, tased with his willy out, just pass. Lightning Struck. I mean, it's just that, like I said, half these characters in here are just so I can call it the definitive Dispatch Smasher Pass. Lightning Struck is going to be another easy pass. Armstrong. Again, another easy pass. I mean, he's left-handed, I'm left-handed, so I'll give him props for that. But, you know, there's also the thing of whether he'd use those robot arms or his real arms. No matter what happens, he's just, it's just another easy pass for me. Shroud. I think Shroud's a cool villain. I actually really do like Shroud. But at the end of the day, he is evil. That's a big factor. But not only that, you know, he just has all those computers plugged into his brain. So like maybe like while we're doing it, he'll be like, there's a 27% chance that you're gonna like this, and then he proceeds to do heinous things to me that I probably would not like.
Well, does your little app predict me beating your ass?
So yeah, Shroud is gonna be another pass. Galen, he's not in the story a lot, but you know, from what we do see of him, he does seem like a pretty chill guy. But no matter how chill you are, nothing can change the fact that you are from Florida. So, pass. Mr. Whiskey. I mean, you know, you don't know. He could be like the most beautiful person in the world under that cat suit. But the problem is, would the cat suit stay on during smashing? Because, you know, there's some people that are into that. I just don't happen to be one of them. And, you know, it's like, see, Mr. Whiskey is like a high risk, high reward, because, like, underneath the cat suit, he could be the best looking man imaginable, or he could look like Gollum. Now, I'm not a gambling man, so I don't want to take those risks. Mr. Whiskey is going to have to be a pass. Starting now, I'm probably going to say I love blank character a lot because, I mean, from here I really do love every single character afterwards, but that doesn't mean I'm going to smash them. Case in point, we have Royd. Like I said, I love Royd. He's definitely someone I'd give a bro fist, but he's just not a bro I'd want to fist. Not to mention the elephant in the room. Yeah, pass. Chase. I mean, Chase is my GOAT, but there's one glaring issue here, that being his physical age. He may be like 39 spiritually, but that's just not the case for his physical body. I mean, even he said himself that he cannot smash anymore. He kind of answered this question for me. I mean, I love Chase, but pass. Robert Robertson III. Now, the thing with Robert is, he can be whoever you want him to be. You can make him be his father's B. Well, that's not true because, you know, he does keep the same personality traits throughout the story. You know, he has the same, like, chill, sarcastic personality, which I love, you know. The thing is, throughout the story, when you make some pretty major decisions, I know some people played differently, like, some people played like how they would want to do it, some people played like how they thought the character himself would do it. I'm one of the people who played like how I thought I would do it, so technically, I played Robert like I would play myself, if that made sense.
Knows which hand every punch is coming from.
So, and when I'm thinking about Robert, I'm thinking about my Robert, technically, since, you know, that's the one I'm going off of, first playthrough, at least. So, saying that I'd smash Robert is like, kind of saying like I'd smash myself. Now, I'm all for self-love, okay? But the thing is, there is such a thing as too much self-love. And, saying I'd smash Robert, it just feels like crossing that line for me. So, for Robert, I'm gonna have to say pass. Invisigal. Now, if you'll remember from Robert, I said that I played him like how I'd make those decisions in that time. And for my first playthrough, I chose the Invisigal route. This may sound kind of weird, but you know, she's kind of like a walnut, you know? She's hard on the outside, but you know, on the inside, you know, she's pretty nice, you know? She's not all that bad. She just, you know, she just doesn't believe in herself. It's very big, I can fix her energy. And you know, in the first playthrough, I did fix her! Raw! Yeah, no, between Vizzy and Blonde Blazer, I choose Vizzy. Smash, definitely. Blonde Blazer. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, Rabotron, you admitted that you'd smash Vizzy and that you went in Vizzy route first playthrough, so surely you'd pass on Blonde Blazer, right? And that's where you'd be wrong. I don't get the whole discussion between, like, you know, Invisigal and Blonde Blazer. I mean, both are good. They just appeal to different people. That's like arguing over Arthur Morgan versus John Marston. I like both. Now, if I had to choose between Invisigal and Blonde Blazer, I would choose Invisigal. You know, I like her personality a bit more. She has that sarcastic humor that I like. But Blonde Blazer is still a good option, you know? She's a bit more, like, friendly and wholesome, and sometimes you need a bit of someone wholesome in your life. I've seen some people say that they'd pass on Blazer and describe her as too boring, but you know, I don't think she's that boring. She gets a little bit corporate at times, and as a business major, you know, I completely get it. I mean, basically what I'm trying to get at here is that there's no right or wrong answer in the Invisigal versus Blonde Blazer debate. Blonde Blazer, smash. Now we get into the Z team, starting off with my GOAT, half man, half bat, all freak, Sonar. Sonar is actually one of my favorite Z team members, tied with another person who we will get into later. But yeah, first playthrough, I cut Coop and then kept Sonar, and I don't regret it. He carried me through my first playthrough, most sent out and most successful hero. So you'd think I'd smash him out of gratitude, and you know, normally I would. But there's just a little problem, that being, you know, he has a bat head and the furry allegations that come along with it. You know, I don't think my channel could survive such heated drama. And there's also, if you read the comic, there is one panel where he goes in to presumably smash, I'm guessing, and after he's done, he comes out Mega Bat form. So I'm just guessing if I were to hypothetically smash him, he would somehow end up in his Mega Bat form, and I don't want to see how that gets there. And you know, if that should happen, then I would really have some furry allegations to deal with. So I love Sonar, like I said, one of my favorite Z-teamers, and normally I would smash out of gratitude for carrying me, but I just can't get past that bat head. I'm sorry, Sonar's gonna have to be a pass. Flambe. Now, I like Flambe. I think he's super fun, you know, he's a bit of a jerk sometimes, but he's a jerk I like watching, you know, like Adam from Has Been Hotel.
I'm a bitch, my name's Robert, such a bitch whose name is Robert. I'm a bitch, yeah, I'm a bitch, I'm such a fucking...
But the thing is, he only gets better in the game because, you know, he starts opening up and he gets used to the Z-teamers. If I smash him, it'd be more like a stranger, and he probably, you know, would be a little bit of a jerk. And you could say RaboTron, but what about the hate smash? And the thing is, he wouldn't even be that great of a hate smash because he has anger issues, so, you know, if I do something or say something wrong, I could end up getting burned. Not to mention, he has that fire form he has, which I don't want to end up like a pile of ash, be a part of the Phoenix program, if you know what I'm saying. He could somehow, like, maybe activate that during smashing, be it unconscious or consciously. Like, I just can't do it. Like, okay, in-game, I love Flambe. Like I said, I'm gonna be saying I love these characters a lot, but again, Flambe is gonna have to be another pass. Coop. Or Coupe. You know, going into my second playthrough where I had to cut Sonar, I thought I'd miss Sonar a lot, and, you know, I just really not like having Coop on board. But you know what? The thing is, I actually did like Coop. I don't think more than Sonar, but I still really liked having Coop around. You know, I think she's a super underrated character. Everyone's talking about Blonde Blazer, Invisigal, Prism, Malevola, but you know, no one talks about Coop all that much, and I think she's really underrated. It also helps that, you know, she's into shorter guys. She is kind of scary though, that's the thing, you know, being an assassin and all. If I do smash, I'd probably end up dead in a sewer. She also has that same thing Mr. Whiskey has, like being a bit mysterious. But in this case, I think it works for her because she's not wearing like a full-on furry bodysuit. We just don't know a bit about her past. It's a bit interesting. Now, I said with Mr. Whiskey I wasn't much of a gambling man, but Punch Up did call her a degenerate gambler, and in her case, I would be willing to match that energy and take that gamble. So Coop would be a smash. Punch Up. I mean, needless to say, I really like Punch Up, like much like the other Z-teamers. The only thing about Punch Up is that, you know, he didn't really have that much lines compared to some other Z-teamers, so he didn't really get a chance to shine. I mean, I like his prank better than Malevola's, there's that. And he's voiced by Jacksepticeye, who I think did a really good job. The only thing is, I have to admit that I have not watched Jacksepticeye. I mean, I watched him play Dispatch because, you know, he voices a character in the game and I just thought that'd be fun. But I don't watch him like I do Moist Critical. I mean, yeah, the only other thing that really stands out about him besides the voice actor is that he's short, which I'm gonna be honest is like kind of a detriment because I mean, come on, who'd smash a short guy, right? Yeah, Punch Up, I thought he was fun, just didn't really get a chance to shine besides the office prank.
Sorry, boy.
Pass. Golem. I mean, Golem would definitely be a bro. He seems super chill. I would 100% hop on the game with him. The thing is, smashing him is just, at the end of the day, he's just a bunch of mud. Like, what's the difference between, like, smashing him and me just finding a hole in the ground and just going ham, you know? I mean, he's sentient, which I guess makes it less awkward. But then again, yeah, I mean, he's still dirt at the end of the day. Maybe if we teach him to, like, use his powers a bit more, he can do a Clayface thing where he can transform into other people or have his Golemites transform into different people, and, you know, then maybe he'd be a smash. But until then, he's gonna have to be a pass, because, yeah, he is just kind of dirt. I mean, yeah, I definitely game with Golem, and he'd make a really good bro, but he just wouldn't make that good of a smash. Golem, pass. Prism. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people who are saying that Prism is underrated, but the thing is, if everyone's saying she's underrated, is she really that underrated? I think that'd make her perfectly rated, and you know what? Rightfully so. I mean, I like the energetic vibe she has. The only thing is, smashing, there could be a chance. I mean, okay, you could probably do some freaky stuff smashing, like, with the clones and stuff. Besides that, there is a chance that I could be blind forever. But, you know, like Coop, I'd be willing to take that risk, you know? I would. And like she said in the game, she does a lot of squats, okay? I mean, Prism, smash. Waterboy. Now, the thing with Waterboy is, you know, I can kind of relate to him, you know? I feel like I'm also a bit socially awkward, so, you know, I feel for him.
You're just like me, for real!
But the thing is, okay, yeah, Waterboy's a goat, but he makes everything, he said himself, moist. And, you know, just that phrasing, makes everything moist. How would smashing be? It'd be like smashing on a slip and slide, I guess, which is already kind of like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? I mean, look, I love Waterboy as much as the next guy, but I'm afraid he's just gonna have to be a pass. Phenomenon. You know, I definitely make love to Phenomenon. I just wouldn't make love to Phenomenon, if you catch my drift. Look, he seems pretty chill, you know? Like, everyone thought he's gonna be a evil Superman kind of thing. But no, he's just a bit awkward. He doesn't understand what's going on. He just wants to chill and just play some card games with the boys. And you know what? I would be willing to play card games with him. Another thing is, he said himself that his parts are not compatible with blonde blazers. Smashing him, that could be a scientific study on the genitalia of Phenomenon species. I just wouldn't want to be the one who discovers that. And you know, when you're saying smash, Phenomenon would probably take that literally and smash you into the ground. And even if he doesn't take it literally, I don't think he'd know how to control his strength, and I would just end up a puddle. So, I mean, like I said, Phenomenon, I'd hang out with him, I'd play some card games, but smashing is a no-go. So, pass. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, do all that, and just kidding, you really thought I'd forget about her, huh? Now, you know how I said Sona was tied for first as my favorite Z-teamer or Dispatch character or whatever I said? Now, we've reached that point. Saving the best for last, if you will. You know, you have your Blonde Blazer people, you have your Invisigal people, and then you have your Malevola people, of which I am one. I mean, Malevola is just the best girl in this game, and you cannot change my mind. Like, okay, let me break it down for you, Mark. I'm making a lot of Invincible references today, but you know what? It is what it is. Let me put this in simple terms. If I could only have one Smash on this entire list, it'd be Malevola. You know, she looks super scary on the outside, but you know, on the inside, she's just super chill and sweet. I'm a diehard Malevola fan. You can't change my mind, even if you can try. You just won't change it. So Malevola, she will be the first and only big Smash on this list. It's my list, okay? I can make whatever rules I want. And that, my friends, is the complete, definitive RaboTron Dispatch Smasher Pass. But if you did like this video, make sure to like and subscribe so I know if what I'm doing is good and you guys like to see this kind of degenerate behavior from me. I did really like recording this video. Shout out to the channel GOAT, Titan Gamer, for suggesting it. Like I said, this is the first long form of 2026, so I you know what? We're starting off pretty good, I'd say. Let's make this 2026 a banger year, and I hope you guys have a great day.
I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable.